Okay, we're joined by a good friend of Turf Business TV now, Poggy, Ian Pogson.
Hello.
Poggy, always something new going on here. Now this, quite obviously, is a solar panel. What have we got going on here then?
We nicked it off a roof down the road, but I'm going to read this out because it's quite involved. We haven't actually got a British name for this yet.
Right, okay.
But it's an autonomous solar electric robot tractor unit. We need a shorter name somehow. So
suggestions on a postcard.
Sent to Turf Business News. What it is in effect is it's an electric tractor which has a built-in GPS system.
Okay.
So you can set this to work with any number of different attachments, implements, call them what you will. You can program either using your telephone or an iPad, or somebody said a PlayStation monitor, and it will direct itself to site. You can eliminate areas around telegraph poles, static implements or whatever, and it will take over and do its own thing. We are told the battery life is anywhere between 2 and 20 hours, so we haven't, it's so new we haven't even tested it yet, we've just run it round the yard.
Literally got this Friday, didn't we?
We got it on Friday, yeah. The boss put it together, so it's probably upside down, but there you are. And we reckon it's going to be 6 or 7 hours of battery life. We've seen these things operating in the vegetable market, and they're very, very clever, with no reason to disbelieve that this is going to be as successful as some of the others. But very much toe in the water time, and we're going to test it out.
Where do you see the applications for it?
Well, I think when you looking at universities and a lot of playing fields these days, they want to be able to set the thing going and go and do something else. We are going to have an issue with health and safety executive over these things, like we do with the mowers, the robot 24-hour robot mowers. But wherever you don't want foot traffic, wherever you want something light and manoeuvrable because it's cast to rear steer, so it'll turn on the top, you're going to be able to put into this. Where it's going to find its own little niche, we've yet to discover. But if you don't try these things, you know.
It's certainly very interesting, and you mentioned GPS there. You've also got another GPS system on the stand as well. What's going on with that then?
Totally portable, one that you can transfer off one piece of machinery onto another.
Right.
Again, you can program it, so you take it to the extremities, the area you're marking out. You can use it for marking pitches out, for cutting grass, for doing any number of jobs, and you are actually going to drive in a straight line, hands-free, so to speak.
Okay.
That's more for transporting from one piece of equipment onto another.
So that's a totally portable GPS system that you can take off one piece of kit and then put on another when it's needed. It's not fitted and stays there.
That's right. And whilst we have had a variant in the past which has been successful, this has sort of moved on. Anything with a steering wheel, you can put that on, and it will work very successfully. The beauty of it is that you have to be a bit careful how you phrase it, but sometimes some of the operators you get when it comes down to marking a pitch out or doing some fine work aren't always as adept as a professional operator. He might have been doing something else prior to this, and it does mean that you'll keep things all trim and tasty. And of course you're not going to get any misses. If you're mowing, the easiest thing in the world, apart from looking over your shoulder, is to get a wobbly line in your miss a bit, and it looks a pig's ear. With that, there's no missing. It takes you back, my word.
And then, kind of going back a little bit more down tech, should we call it? There's a seeder that you brought along as well that's new.
At the opposite end of the spectrum, what we've done, or what Vrado have done, is to take the disc seeder and make it manual. So that little gadget there, with a big wheel behind it, you can take that and put in the round grass seed over areas that you can't get to with a mounted seeder. So we're going up from sort of like 6 metre seeders down to a single row, which is like hand powered or we're going to call it hydraulic, I think, just to take the sting out of it.
Easy for you to say.
But when we first saw that, we thought, oh yeah, that looks like it would. And somebody took a picture and put it on the social media. We thought we'd order 10 to try them, and rapidly realised that 300 weren't going to be enough.
Wow.
Yeah, it just went off. And we've got a little picture of it there. It's got this big sign on it, look, new, as has this, as has that.
Poggy, there's always something new. This year we've got triple joy, and always good to see you.
Good to see you, Martin.
See you very soon again, I hope. Take care.
Okay, mate.